Hey everybody, how are you today? It is Sunday, what is it, September 29th. Welcome to the Based Mother Show. I'm doing a special, live today because I'm just absolutely infuriated about the state of immigration in this country and how in danger we are as a nation right now. Let me just get right into it. A report came out from Immigrations and Customs Enforcement this week. They sent a letter to Rep. Tony Gonzales, and the numbers of criminals that the Biden-Harris administration have invited into this country is absolutely staggering. So for years, we've been hearing Donald Trump saying they're emptying the prisons, and they're sending them all here. And the libs are going, that's crazy. He's a racist. No, he's right. Here are the numbers. And this is the last 3 years since the Biden-Harris administration has been in charge of the border and has completely abandoned our national sovereignty. In the last 3 years alone, and this is all we know. Okay, I'm out of my mind over this. Imagine what we don't know. The gotaways, the ones who were not processed, these people, 662,556 criminals have been allowed into this country. Okay, now, only 647,000 of those are roaming free. The other, 15 or so thousand, they're being detained for now while there's room. So let's just be fair, only 647,000 criminals are roaming free. But I'm a fair person, so I'm going to be even more fair. Of those 647,000, 222,141 have pending criminal charges. So, there's innocent until proven guilty because this is America, right? What are they all going to go home, though? They don't care about our laws here. They're pending criminal charges back home. You think they're all just going to go fly home for a minute to go deal with their criminal charges? We don't even know where they are here. You think their country's going to come looking for them when their burden they've been unburdened by what has been, and they've been sent here to us to become our burden? You're paying for all these people, for their housing, for their food, for their health care, by the way. So let's get down to brass tacks. 425,431 convicted criminals, illegal aliens, are roaming around America. Many we do not know where they are. That's something we even do. But the fact that they're convicted criminals just doesn't seem to make a lick of difference. I'm beside myself. Who does this to their own nation? Only somebody that hates their nation and wants to bring them to their knees. But wait, there's more. So of the 425,000 convicted criminals that are roaming free, 13,099 of them are I'll let you just guess. No, I don't like games. Forget that. Murderers, convicted murderers. Over 13,000 of them have been let in. Again, how many do we not know about? That's a lot of murderers. Convicted of sexual assault, 15,811. Now, here's the lib talking point that makes me want to flip a table. They'll say, well, Americans commit crimes too. Americans are committing more sexual assaults than illegal aliens. And to that, I say, you're right. We have enough problems. We have a murder problem. We have a rape problem. We have a theft problem, a morality problem. Why are we importing more problems and making it worse for Americans instead of doing everything we can to make it better? You sick. Fill in the blank with your favorite expletive there. Okay. Kidnappers, 2,521. I mean, compared to the murders and rapists, 2,500 convicted kidnappers is like kind of nothing. Like, feel like we can handle that, right? Okay. Traffic offenses, 77,974. So we're hearing all over the country where there are a large influx of migrants, there are more fatalities in traffic accidents and just more traffic accidents in general. And citizens are complaining that their insurance costs are going up because of it. So it's not just costing you money, paying for their, all of their lives, food, health care, transportation, cash cards, whatever it is they want. Of course, 5-star hotels. Actually, I only think they go up to 4-star hotels, to be fair. I mean, I try to be honest here. So all that, now you have to pay in your insurance also. 77,974 convicted of traffic offenses. I mean, like criminal traffic offenses like this, that is so scary and dangerous. And it kind of explains why driving around America feels like you're driving in a third world country. How about what happened? There's so many incidents with illegal aliens where Americans have died, but one that really stands out for me is Scott Miller, the man in in Colorado, who was killed by the illegal alien who was hired without a license or anything to drive a semi, and he caused this massive multi-vehicle crash, and he killed this 63-year-old father. Like, he really stands out. Travis Wolf, the little boy, I believe he was also in in Colorado. He was killed also by an illegal alien who was driving drunk. These are people that should still be alive, except Kamala flung the doors open. Weapons offenses, 13,423. You do one little thing wrong with your legally owned weapon or gun, or store it wrong, like in a state like Massachusetts, where they have rules about how you have to keep it, even when it's in your own house. Yeah, you do one thing wrong, you're going to jail. But let's let over 13,000 criminally convicted people with weapons offenses who are also breaking our laws into the country. Let's do that. Larceny, 18,234. Robbery, 10,031. I mean, there's plenty of other crimes listed. Whatever it is you're into, they have criminals roaming around the country illegally. They've done this on purpose. Kamala went to the border this week. She spent 20 minutes there. There was photographers. It was all about a photo op. You sick, rotten demon. You've been in charge of this for 3.5 years. And then they'll be like, she was never the border czar. First of all, she was. But second of all, then they'll say she was just in charge of finding out root causes. And to that, my answer is, and what did she find out there? She found out absolutely nothing. She's a complete do-nothing, unproductive nitwit. She didn't solve any root causes either. So give me a break when you say she was in charge of root causes. You shouldn't bring that up, because she failed there too. But I want to show you just a few examples that I just quickly dug up. I mean, you can look up illegal alien crimes and just like, it just goes on. You can spend your entire Sunday doing it, and all of your Monday too. So let's just take a look at Sunday. This guy, let's see, what do we got here? This guy, he's from Honduras. He's here illegally. In St. Louis, he was driving drunk, and he killed a police officer who was stopped talking to another citizen, crashed into him, pinned him between cars. The guy was with the force in St. Louis for 18 years, and he was a black man. Where's BLM? Where's all the riots? His black life doesn't matter, does it? Because this guy has to be here illegally. And now we get to keep him as a guest in our prison system for however many years, if we even prosecute him, because American lives completely disposable to these people. Blank. Let's look at this guy. This one, he's from Haiti in Massachusetts. He molested a 10-year-old boy. Okay, there's a few things here. First of all, think about any 10-year-old who you know, who you love, and then imagine them getting raped by this freaking guy. The guy who should not be here. Not only is this man, they'll say that he's legal. You know why? Because he was flown in on the Biden-Harris program, where they're bringing in, they've flown in hundreds of thousands of people from, where is it? Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. They're just flying them in, bringing them in. Why? To change the landscape of the country so that they can get more votes and blah, take over Congress and blah, 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 blah. We know the why they're doing it. The secondary reason they're doing it and they're allowing criminals in without any disregard for our safety is because they want you on your knees. They want us broken emotionally, where we turn to the government and we beg them to keep us safe. It ain't happening. The only thing that you need to do to keep yourself safe is start buying more guns and more ammo, because the government is not going to keep you safe. They prove it day in and day out with their actions. These people, this is just so sickening. Wisconsin. This guy stabbed 2 children to death and their mother. The mother survived. He's from Mexico, but here's the twist. The children were his own children. Their mother was his wife. So we're just letting the lunatics in. These are the families that Kamala wants you to take into your house. Remember a few months ago when they were doing these like little press things in Massachusetts where they were trying to get citizens to take illegal aliens into their house? Like, imagine you take this into your house. Nobody did, by the way. All the people in Massachusetts, blue state, who all voted for all this sanctuary shit because they said that they weren't racist. A couple people did it. They took people in and they showed them on the news and they were like, oh, look, Consuela cooks for us every night. I'm like, oh, good for you. You got yourself a slave. Isn't that nice? That's what liberals are. They're hypocrites. All of them. Oh, this guy. Look at him. Doesn't he look nice? Philadelphia. He was just standing on the street shooting at passing vehicles. He's not being charged with attempted murder, and we get to spend millions of dollars on his prosecution and defense and all, and jail time and all that. Where'd he get a gun? He's so hard up that he can't afford to eat, so he has to come here and huddle under the Statue of Liberty and be taken care of by us. But he somehow has money to go on the street and get a gun, and then shoot at Americans as they're just driving to work or whatever they were doing. Mm-hmm. What is going on? No, I don't know. I grew up in America where like these things are bad. These things are bad, and we didn't bring people in who acted like this on purpose. Oh, this beauty. Look at this. He's from Honduras, and in New Orleans, he kidnapped a 13-year-old and raped her. So now this little girl has to live with this forever. Another one who had our federal government done their job and protected American citizens and protected our borders, that little girl wouldn't have been raped and wouldn't have to live with that for the rest of her life. She's toast. I don't know how you survive. I don't know how you recover from that. I hope she finds God, because that's the only thing that's going to help her. Oh, this guy. Doesn't he look nice? Aren't you glad he's your guest? So he was in a shelter, paid for by you, in Brooklyn, and he raped somebody there. And then he wasn't in the shelter anymore. I think he got in trouble for that with the law, but then he got let out. And while he was out, he raped a woman from in Coney Island under the boardwalk. So he's another prize that we're so blessed to have. He's from Nicaragua. Probably, I don't know if he was one of the fly-ins, if he, got in here on it, his own way, or if he was one of them that Harrison Biden flew in on commercial jetliners. Would you like to get a free flight somewhere? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, no, you can't. But criminals in Venezuela and Cuba and Haiti and Nicaragua, they're getting flown free to your neighborhood. How about that? One more. I'll give you one more. This beaut. He's from Honduras also. 14-year-old girl was at a baseball game in Indiana watching her brother play baseball, and he just walked up and stabbed her. She's fine. She's going to be fine. I mean, other than the complete trauma of just trying to live her life and be a teenage girl, which is weird enough. Now she's got to worry about illegal aliens walking up and stabbing her. I don't know. Their stories go on and on. You'll notice I didn't even bring out Kamala's greatest hits. Laken Riley, the Georgia nursing student who was murdered while she was out for a jog. Rachel Morin, also out for a jog, mother of 5 in Maryland, who was raped, beaten to death, and just killed in the most brutal way. Didn't bring up Jocelyn Ungray outside of Houston, the 12-year-old who was kidnapped and gang raped by 2 Venezuelans for hours before they strangled her to death. Didn't bring up any of those. I don't know what we're going to do here. The mass deportation that Trump is promising is going to get ugly. So brace yourself. It's going to get really ugly because the libs, they do not care about all these crimes. They don't care about the young women, the children being raped, murdered. They don't care about the terrorism, people walking around shooting at passing cars. None of that is fine. They are so committed to virtue signaling that they will not care. So it's going to get very ugly when Trump gets in and he starts to remove all these people. So the only thing you can do as a citizen in the meantime is keep your head on a swivel. And I will say it again, prepare yourself. Prepare to protect your family. The government is not going to do it. The cops are already overburdened. The federal government is going to be overburdened with the cleanup. No one's going to protect you. You have to do it. I talked to some people. They're like, I don't like guns. I'm like, I don't want guns either. It's not something that I wish I had to worry about. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. You got to have guns. You got to have ammo. You got to get uncomfortable and get comfortable being uncomfortable and get comfortable with guns, because no one else is going to protect your family. And especially if you're the man of the house, or like in a situation where I am, like, sometimes some of the men are dead, or, they travel for work or whatever. You need to stay protected at all times. You got to be in charge of your house. So guns, ammo, get smart, vote right. I don't know how anybody could vote for more of this. I don't know how anybody could vote for more of this, but here we are. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got today. I'm going to go. I've got a church event this afternoon. There's a mass baptism. They're baptizing like 45 people, and there's a tailgate at church, and it's going to really be a good time. So I'm going to go think about heavenly things for a little bit and take a break from Kamala's war on America. God bless you. God bless America. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye-bye.
Have you heard of the based mother?